So here we are a day after the Derby. The rain's being pretty sporadic, coming and going in big spurts, so I'm going to try to do this between the rain. Here's my Toyota Camry from Erin. Now this might look like the Toyota Camry I had in Beaton and the Toyota Camry I had in Grand Valley. And you guys are right, it is. After Beaton, I changed out both rear struts and one of the front struts because both rear struts actually ripped off. Now I did put used ones back on this car, but they have not ripped off, and I'm pretty happy about that. And I have not bent another strut. So the only thing that I did to make this car different from Grand Valley is I put doubles on. And this double here I'm pretty sure is pooched. I'm not 100% sure if it's pooched, but she looks pooched. The rim was done anyway. Probably popped the tube in it. I didn't know this thing was going to do very well. Probably take this off, this tire, this rim, and put on a different rim because this rim has seen better days, that is for sure. Frame is starting to bend, and honestly, I am really surprised with how the front of this car is actually holding up. With nothing but a Mazda 3 rebar bumper on the front of it, that is pretty much kinked all the way through now, but it's still holding its own. Two very small tabs holding the bumper on, and then just butt welded to the front of the frame. It's holding up very well. There is not even any threaded rod in the front of this car, so I'm very happy with the front of this hunk of junk car. This is the one that was actually very rusty, and you're starting to see the amount of the rust here. Like, oh my god, there's a monster can in my door. But the rust is kind of ripping through on the door. I know that the sheet metal is ripping as well, but the rust is where it started to rip. There's actually a pretty clean rip, a very sharp steel. My cage is junk, so don't even worry about looking at that. This thing here ran fantastic. I did the whole Derby without a radiator. My heat, I ended up coming out and then just refilling the looped lines with water. And then I went back into the finals with, again, looped lines. Did bend this rear strut. Now, I will probably fix this for next year. I don't even know when I'm going to run this car again, but this thing surprised me so much. I have no idea why it is holding up the way it is. The cage in this car, like I said, is absolute junk. But it's still holding its own. There's no gas tank protector, no really nothing inside of here. It's just a piece together. This is one of my least impressive cars I've built this year. This is probably my most stock one. But the frame's holding up, the car's holding up. It runs great. It runs fantastic. But the problem is now is there's no more derbies for me this year. So for this is 2018, there is no more demolition derbies for me. The wife has the Mom's Motorsports off-road endurance race where she'll be taking her Accord. But other than that, I'm done for this year. There's a derby on the 20th in Lindsay, and unfortunately I can't go to that one because we have a family friend getting married and I have to go to their wedding. But can't go to all the derbies, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this car, really. I am actually quite impressed with this piece of junk. Like, to be honest, the only thing that I have changed to this motor is the top motor mount, which always breaks after one run, so I change it out to a piece of square tubing 1x1. The header, loop lines, and I put a transmission shifter in it. So like an aftermarket shifter. Which one do I even have in this one? This one here has the R&R Derby Supply shifter in it. And other than that, that's all I've done to this car. Everything else is a 100% bone stock. Gonna sneeze. Ugh. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing now. I'm probably gonna put it into storage, to be honest. I'm probably gonna pull my loop line kit off of the motor, let it run for about 5 minutes, make sure she's empty of water, and then throw her up. I might take these doubles off and just put regular rolling tires on it for the winter, because this one here, I want to swap it to a new rim, but why am I going to swap it if it's still holding air? The other one I got to swap, I know that one. But I don't really want it to let it sit on the doubles all year, because then if the doubles lose air and then you try to drive it, you rip your doubles apart. Not a happy situation. So they will be taken off and different ones put on. Like, yeah, that's not holding air. That's not holding air at all. Maybe I can try to put air in it, but I doubt it she'll take it. Oh well. This car here I never even named because of how rotted this thing was. When I took it to Beaton, I legitimately thought it would die in Beaton. Like, look at the rear subframe on this thing. Can you see that? There we go. Look at the holes in that rear subframe. There's nothing. Like, everything was rotted in this car. This is probably the second worst rotted Toyota Camry I've had. And it surprised me. I don't know why this thing has surprised me as much as it has. It is super underbuilt. It is not cared about. There is no plates. I can put plates on that frame now because it's bent. Will I? I don't know. I don't know really. But I don't know. I don't know why this car just doesn't want to die when this thing did so good. Like, well, Beaton it did horrible, but Grand Valley it took second, and the only reason I lost is because some of my own stupidity. I didn't run doubles, and I forgot to put the bolt in the steering, and then it won Erin. But I have so little effort into that hunk of junk, but I have so much effort into this one, and this one let me down. So that's the main reason why I do not like these weld cars, is because I put so much effort into it, and when it lets me down, I just feel horrible about it. And these ones here, I put so little effort, and when they impress me, I don't know what to do. Like, anyway, it's just a weird situation. I've been getting a lot of, I guess they're called private messages on Facebook and YouTube, and people commenting, telling me that you guys love my channel. And honestly, guys, thank you very much. You know, it was a little rough for me this year. There was a couple instances where the derby drama was getting to me, and I didn't really want to go to a couple derbies. But you know what? I went there, and I had a good time at a couple of them. But thank you guys. You know, it means a lot to me, and thanks for everybody that messages me. I enjoy hearing from you. I enjoy helping you guys. If you guys ever have any questions, I get messages at 2 a.m. in the morning. If I'm sleeping, because I do put my phone on silent at night, I'll message you back at like sometimes 6:30 in the morning the next morning. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for commenting. And you know what? The year's not over yet. The wife still has to run one car. Do you guys want to see the car the wife has to run? Well, not has to, but wants to. It's beside the Buick, beside Cannibal, beside Newcomb. It is the Honda Accord that I was going to turn into a truck and just haven't. And why haven't I? Because I don't have the time. But she's going to race this thing at Mom's Motorsports Off-Road Endurance Race in Owen Sound. There's a mud bog all day, side-by-side drag races where the left pit and the right pit is timed, and then you have the bounty hole, which I believe is up to $1,500 for the fastest person to make it through. If you make it through it, it's got a mean hole in it. But if you make it through, or if multiple people make it through, the fastest person gets the money. And then is the off-road endurance race. Now, I really pushed to have the off-road endurance race started. Oh, look, she's exploring. Harley. I really pushed to have the off-road endurance race put up at Mom's Motorsports, and it has become bigger and bigger every year. The track has got bigger and better. The jumps have gotten bigger. The bank corners have gotten bigger. The speeds have gotten faster, and more people showed up. First year, I think we had like 11 or 12 cars. The second year, we were up to, I believe, 20, 21 cars. And now this is the fall of the second year, and I'm hoping to have 25 cars there. So this thing's going to be there. My wife is going to be driving it. I will be doing the announcing and the flagging. And we are paying heats. We have trophies, and we have finals all the way down to third place being paid out. I think it's $1,500 total, and it's only $50 to race there. So If you guys want to come out and finish off your derby cars at the end of the year, derby cars can come. The only rules that we have is must have a rebar bumper. You can have steel inside the rebar bumper. You can reinforce the front ends just a little bit, as much as you want, as long as there's no sharp pointy edges. Tires must be DOT. They can be doubled, they can be donuts, they just have to be DOT approved tires. No rim size. You can run 35s if you want, if you can fit them, if you have the power to turn them. But we're going to be running these aluminums. We're going to be putting 2 donuts on the back, so we have some spares for the front. And the wife is going to go out there and hopefully just destroy this car. Don't really want to store this one all winter, so if the wife goes out there and jumps this thing and smashes it up, jumps it into somebody else, somebody lands on her, hopefully she'll be okay if somebody lands on her, but I think she's gonna have fun. Just took the airbags out, set them off, cut them out. 5-speed manual. Let's see how long this clutch can last with my wife driving. She's not bad at driving manuals. She just likes to rev the piss out of them, that's for sure. But I even painted the top of the hood, the valve cover, with red paint so that everybody knows it's a VTEC. Got a little bit of extra steel just to keep the rad support in the thing, but this is what she'll be driving. So this will be our last event of 2018 that we are driving in. So if you guys want to come out to Mom's Motorsports, let us know. Well, this aftermath got a bit sidetracked, and I'm sorry about that, but thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for commenting. And like you guys, like I said earlier, if you guys are interested in some Zacks Workshop t-shirts, just let me know. I can get them mailed out to you, $15 a shirt. Just the same cost as what it cost me to make them. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow on Zacks Workshop.